Today we'll be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing functions. Note in the box up above, we are just looking at different types of functions or operations we can do with functions. So notice we can add, and that's really all we're doing is adding like terms. We can subtract, subtracting like terms. Multiplying, it's no different than distributing two expressions, and then dividing. So if we look at our first example, we have f of x is 5x plus 1, and g of x is x squared minus 4. We're going to perform each function operation. So in letter A, we want the f function, right? So it says f plus g, so we'll start with f is 5x plus 1. And then we're going to add to that g, where g is x squared minus 4. And because there's a plus sign between the two binomials, we just combine like terms. So our final answer is x squared plus 5x, right? The only one we can add that is alike is the one with the negative 4. And that is negative 3. And that's it. If we look at B, notice we have g minus f of x. That means we're going to start off with our g function, x squared minus 4. And we're going to subtract that, the f function, which is 5x plus 1. Now, remember the big mistake students make, and that is distributing that negative. So to avoid doing that, I like to change the subtraction sign to plus and then change all the signs inside the second polynomial or binomial. And now we're ready to combine like terms like we did before. X squared minus 5x minus 5. And that's it. If we look at C, notice we have f minus g of negative 3. Now there are two different ways we can do this one. The first method would be to find f minus g of x. Okay. That would mean we would take the 5x plus 1 minus g of x, x squared minus 4, and simplify. Okay, so remember we want to distribute this negative through the second binomial and combine like terms. Negative x squared plus 4x plus 5. The second step is to plug in negative 3 in for x. Okay, so negative 3 squared plus 4 times negative 3 plus 5. Now you can type that into a calculator in one step, or you can do order of operations. Negative 3 squared is 9 times negative 1 is negative 9 minus 12 plus 5. Okay. Hold on. Oh my goodness, you guys, you didn't even catch my mistake. This is a 5. And so this is a 5. And so this is negative 15. Whoopsies. Okay, and this gives us a negative 19. For method 2, what we could do is we can find f of negative 3 first. Okay, so that would be 5 times negative 3 plus 1, which would be negative 14. Second step is to find g of negative 3, which would be negative 3 quantity squared minus 4. Okay, so it would be 5. And then the third step is to subtract f of negative 3 from g of negative 3. Okay, and that equals negative 14 minus 5, which is negative 19. Notice we get the same answer either way, so it does not matter which method you use. Now I want you to take a minute or two and try the example you chose. Hopefully you got 2x minus 1 for A, 4x minus 9 for B, and 1 for C. Okay, so notice we're going to look at multiplication and division next. Okay, notice we have our x squared minus 2x minus 15 for f of x, and for g of x we have x plus 3. So in letter A, we're going to do f times g of x. Okay, so notice we have our f function and followed by our g function. And to multiply these, we are just going to distribute. Okay, so we know x squared times x is x to the third. X squared times 3 is plus 3x squared. Negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times 3 is negative 6x. Negative 15 times x is negative 15x. And negative 15 times 3 is negative 45. Okay, all that's left for us to do is to combine like terms. X cubed plus x squared minus 21x minus 45. And that's it. If we look at B, we want to do g of x divided by f of x. Remember, g of x is x plus 3. And f of x is x squared minus 2x minus 15. And in the last unit, remember, we simplified these. So we know x squared minus 2x minus 15 factors to x minus 5 and x plus 3. And remember what we did last semester if it was product, right? We can reduce this down. So we're left with 1 over x minus 5. But remember, we also have to do our restrictions. X cannot be 5 and negative 3. Take a minute or two and try the 2 example U-tries. Okay, so hopefully for A, you got x cubed plus 7x squared minus 14x minus 48. And for B, you had x squared plus 5x minus 24 over x plus 2, or x plus 8 times x minus 3 over x plus 2. X cannot be negative 2. And you are officially ready to practice. The end.